Hi everybody, it's Camila Rose from the Bliss Institute, and I'm here today with July's astrology, just to let you know what's kind of going to be happening during this month. It's exciting because we have officially entered into eclipse season. So we have our first partial solar eclipse coming up on July 12th. That's going to be in the sign of Cancer. And then on July, I believe it's 26th, we are going to have, let me check the date and make sure that's right, July 27th, we are going to have our total lunar eclipse in Aquarius. Now this is going to be fun because we're entering into a new area. Last year we had the total solar eclipse, depending on where you were, in Leo. And so everyone was very into that. It was very surrounding the Lion's Gate, which is 8/8, whatever day is the 8/8. And then we have our full moon, our new moon, all of these really great things going on. So starting us off, July 5th, today when I'm recording this, we have Chiron in retrograde in Aries. And so it's joining, let me read the other ones it's joining. It is joining Pluto and Saturn in Capricorn, Jupiter in Scorpio, Neptune in Pisces, and Mars in Aquarius. They are all in retrograde. That's giving us 6 planets in retrograde right now. The really fun thing about summer is this is a great time for reflection. It is the opposite side. It is the dualism of wintertime. In wintertime, we talk a lot about reflection and how important it is to sit down and to plan and to get things ready so that when springtime comes, you can plant your seeds and nurture them during the summer and watch them grow in the harvest in the fall. Well, as its counterpart, summertime is again another time for reflection. It is really that time to sit down and take a look at what is it that you have been nurturing, what is it that you need to give more time and attention to, what is it that you need to help grow, and then giving yourself that time to slow down and do this work. Because springtime, it's finally starting to get warm. You finally want to be outside. And so you're moving. You're ready to go. You can't wait. You can't wait. You're just ready. And you might miss some things. You might miss some steps. You might be unaware of some things that are going on. So you get that moment to slow down, take a minute to reflect, take a minute to come back and review and see how things are going before it's actual time for harvest season in the fall. So that's happening right now with all these retrogrades, with all these eclipses that are coming. And then we have Chiron in Aries. As we know, Chiron is the wounded healer. It is an area of great growth and healing. It is an area through which we are able to really go within and work on some of those long-term, societal, genetic, traditional wounds that exist within us. In the area of Aries is all about identity. It's all about the self and personality and who we are. Why am I here and what am I doing? I am, and it's that I am energy. So you're taking that moment during a retrograde to be able to sit down and really examine who you are. Why are you here? And are you really living on a path or in a way that supports that? If you are not, you might get a kick in the butt that's going to be like, hey, it's time for you to get your stuff together. It's time for you to get on it. It's time for you to work some of these things out. And that's the beauty of this time with Chiron in Aries in retrograde. It's that slow down and re-examine, especially if you have experienced some wounds in the area of who you really are. Perhaps you've tried to express who you feel you really are and you met rejection or not being accepted or being perhaps kicked out by your family or turned away by your family or your friends or your loved one, and you experience that wounding, or you yourself realize that maybe it wasn't safe to be who you are in the area or the environment that you live in. So you have this moment now with this Chiron in retrograde to really examine that and figure out, how do I heal this? And there's going to be different ways that comes out. And it's going to depend on where you are, where the wound is, and what needs to be worked on. It'd be really great to take a look, if you can, and pull up your astrology chart and see where your Chiron falls. For me in particular, mine is in Gemini. It's all about communication and being able to express myself, being heard, being able to find ways to take both the light and the dark of who I am, those twins, and be able to express all of that and be that multidimensional person. And for many people, they maybe experience something very similar where people want to put you in a box and you're like, this isn't all of who I am. I'm so much more. How am I able to express that? Find that, delve within, do some journaling, and figure out some ways that you can incorporate the all and the totality of who you are and be able to express that eloquently and graciously. So we have a whole bunch of other planets that are in retrograde. We have this Pluto and Saturn that are in Capricorn. I mean, we are getting work done. There's not time to play. We have Jupiter and Scorpio, which is lending some luck to all of that shadow work that we're doing that's going to be continuing on until Jupiter moves into Sagittarius towards the end of the year and Jupiter returns home. Now, just as when Saturn returned home and all of a sudden things were like, make a list, form a plan, follow your plan, do the work. We are going to be getting that same energy of Jupiter, which is all about luck. It's that fatherly energy, is that very like leading energy, is that fun, that jovial energy is coming home. And so now all of a sudden it's going to be like, this is not, it's going to be a little in conflict, but this has not been the best fun. Maybe I haven't made the best decisions that support me in being able to be truly happy without sacrificing everything and still being able to get the things done I need to get done. How do I balance this out? What is my truth? How do I find freedom? How do I express myself? Those are the trails and the trials and the tribulations of the Sagittarius, in that balancing out that animal instinct with that human rationality that's causing for one to be over logical, over dramatic, over wanting to explore and just do all these things and be free. Freedom and sovereignty is the role of Sagittarius. And so with Jupiter coming home, we are finding those ways to say, all right, well, maybe there is a system, and maybe there is a plan, and there's a specific way that I have to be able to function. But I got to figure out a way to do so that's true to me and that's not giving away my truth to others. We have Neptune and Pisces, which again, we've talked about this. All the glitters is not gold, or it might be pyrite. It might not be worth what you think it is. Go for the silver and the platinum and the copper, things that you can scratch and it's not going to peel off and be lead underneath, because we're in that time of illusions, dreams, wanting to find out, really just having this fun, like I've always wanted this, and oh my gosh, look, it's finally here. And it's like, is it finally here? Is this really it? Have you, Pluto and Saturn and Capricorn, done the work to really be able to get to this place? Have you really put in that time and that effort so that this would be the result of what you would get, that you would actually be getting your dream? Or have you done what you needed to do, and now you're getting a half done result from it, and it just looks really good because it's what you've wanted for so long? Take your time, particularly in new relationships. Take your time, because that Mars in Aquarius retrograde is like letting everybody know the issues that we've had, the conflicts that are coming up, all of that good stuff. Take your time, folks. Just take your time. Then we've got on July 9th, Venus enters Virgo. Oh, the weighing. It's time to account for the relationships and the ways that we relate and the worth that we find in beauty around us. Do you buy a bunch of junk? There's been a lot of decluttering going on, which is great, because when on the 9th, when Venus enters Virgo, all the stuff that feels like clutter, all the stuff that feels like junk, all the stuff that doesn't feel beautiful, that's not, as they like to say, aesthetically pleasing, all those things are going to need to go. You're going to be looking at that like, this is clutter, this is junk, this is not organized, this is not, it's not systematic, it's not methodical. I can't do anything with it. And you're going to want it to go. Virgos don't have time for it. Or you're going to put it in the closet and you're going to pretend like it's not there. And then one day it's going to pile up and it's going to fall out of the closet, and the skeletons will come out of the closet. So go ahead and address it now while you can. Then we have July 10th. We have Jupiter in Scorpio goes direct. Yay! We've got a planet going direct. It's one of the first. It's going to start to pull us. It's that balancing out during this retrograde season. And so now that luck is really going. So if you've been struggling to get through some of these dark periods. And I know this Cancer season has been rough. Gemini and Cancer season has been rough. But we're about to move back into the sun. Leo is about to be here, and they are about to be like, you know what, I ain't got time for none of this. I'm not doing any of this crap. All those feelings and all those, oh my gosh, this is so emotional and so deep, and I have so much work to do, and it's so much, I can't. Leo's about to be like, you know what, bye. I don't have time for this. This is too much drama. I don't like drama. Like, Leos love drama, but they don't like drama. So if it's just extra stuff that's in the way, it's not really feeding their pettiness, they're not going to be here for it. So all that stuff is going to start to get cut. It's going to start to the claws are going to come out, and it's going to start to have to move along. So luck will be on your side as Jupiter goes direct in Scorpio. Then on the 12th, we have that new moon partial solar eclipse in Cancer. There's a lot that's going on with that. I'm going to make a separate video about that, but it just is. How do I say this? The gist is, slow down, maybe take the day off. Don't try to express anything that feels really deep. Write it down and wait 24 hours. Take your time. It's literally right before that 12th is a Thursday, and then on the 13th is a Friday. So just take your time, be super gentle, be super open, be super welcoming. And anything that doesn't feel good, just tell them I'll talk to you next week. It's okay. You don't always have to face everything head on. Wait for Leo season to come, and then we'll start facing things head on. Right now, it's okay to still be in the shell a little. After that, we don't have a lot going on until the 22nd when the sun enters into Leo. As I said, wait for Leo season. If there's been some confrontation that's needed to happen, if there's been some, maybe somebody just needs to be told where the boundaries are, where the lines are. If you do it during Cancer season, it's going to be that snapping of the claws, and then you have to retreat back into your shell. If you wait till Leo season, you're going to have that confidence, you're going to have that sun energy, you're going to have that light behind you to help back you up. Lions aren't running away. They're going to roar, they're going to let you know what's happening, and then they're going to be like, well, that's it, I don't know what else there is to talk about. Let that Leo energy fuel you, and really help you to be able to overcome some of these hurdles, especially with that Jupiter being direct in Scorpio now. You've got a lot of luck and a lot of light on your side. Use it to your advantage, especially, in the summertime. Then, on the 26th, we get Mercury going into retrograde. This is our second retrograde of the year. And this time, I'll have to try to look up where Mercury is. But we're really going to be taking a look at how we communicate. Again, it's all about how you express yourself, using that charm of the Leo energy. Leos can be so charming, they can be so engaging, they can be so welcoming and inviting, and then they can also bite your head off, and they can be a bit of a drama queen, and not in the sense that they're inciting drama, but they want things to be their way. They like extravagance, they like the show. It's all in the performance, which means that it's not real. It is real, but it's not real. It's for entertainment. It's what they're doing to keep themselves involved and keep their souls happy and engaged. And then when they go home, they have the real. They have the real of what's going on. And sometimes when the real's too much, they have that mask, that performance to be able to hide behind. Give yourself some of that joy of saying, you know what, maybe for a little while I'll fake it till I make it for a little bit. Because, when Virgo season comes, there's no hiding behind any of that. Unless it's in the closet, like I said, and then it'll come spilling out the closet. Especially when Libra season comes in October, or late September, October time. When Libra season comes, it's time to put that stuff on the scales, and that stuff is not balancing out. Face your things now. Enjoy yourself. Be kind to yourself, and take care of yourself. Then we get, on the 27th, the full moon, total lunar eclipse in Aquarius. Oh, the fun this is going to be, because this is going to be all about, it's going to balance out some of those high emotions that were going on in that Cancer season, that are going on with the dramatics of Leo season. Aquarius is going to come in and be like, okay, so I'm really up in my feelings. And I'm not really so comfortable with this because I'm looking around and on a macro level, society has some messed up stuff that's going on. There's a lot of things I'd like to work on. And I can't do that when I'm all up in my feelings. So I'm going to move back a little, take a step back. And that's going to allow me to assess and to be able to actually look around and say, okay, what's a logical response to these things that are going on? Again, it is the removing of the mask and it's the facing things head on. You know, make it fun, make it adventurous, be innovative. Aquarius they're quirky, they're strange. They are doing stuff that like is super fun to them, but everybody else thinks is really bizarre and weird. That's going to help you. Use that. If you get something that you're like, this is so strange, but I am feeling it, I am loving it, I am so here for it, and it is bizarre. I'm wearing this outfit that has all these colors. Like, I look fabulous, but I'm wearing this outfit that has all these colors and these feathers and these sequins and whatever. And I love it. And people think it's really strange, but I love it. And it's giving me that confidence because I'm going to go tell so-and-so that, you know what, when this happened, I wasn't happy with it. And I'm not going to let this happen again. And if they'd like to be in my space, this is the way that we need to operate. That's the energy that's going to come from this total lunar eclipse. It's going to really allow us to take that step back that we need to get out of these very emotional sun and moon signs that are pulling and pushing. That polarity is really working here. It's pulling and pushing and saying like a magnet and just saying, hey, okay, this way, and then zoom the fire this way, and then zoom the water that way, and then zoom the crab is like, okay, snap, snap, and then the lion's like, roar, and you know, you just have all this coming back and forth, and you're just like, I just want to be able to take a deep breath. And Aquarius, as the water bearer, is like, okay, let's take these emotions from Cancer and put them here in my vase or my gourd. And you, Leo, come sit by me. We'll play dress up together and have a flair and just let people know just how fabulous we are. And I will balance all these things out in my Aquarius way of let's be creative. Let's find a new, unique way to address this situation. Let's pour all these issues in and then let's pour them out and see what new comes from this. What else can we do with this information? What else can we do with these situations? How else can we express ourselves? Let us be free. And so that's going to be our energy for July. While it's not so much going on with a lot of planets moving and this, that, and the other, well, the planets are always moving, but through the signs, it is going to be quite a bit going on as far as the eclipse and the retrogrades. And then we head into August. In August, it's going to be great because we get Venus in Libra. Venus is home in her sign, one of her signs. I do attribute a different planet, honestly, to Taurus, but you know, I'm working in the system. And then we have Uranus going into retrograde. So we have a lot of things that are going to be coming on. It's going to be super fun. And we have the Lionsgate, the 8-8 coming up in August. So we're going to get prepared to do a lot of things to express ourselves in new ways. So I wish you the best. I hope you have a great day. And I will see you later. Have a great one. Bye-bye.